Greetings from Update Conference Prague 2023. It's my great pleasure to have Konrad, our famous speaker and author of the Pro.NET Memory Management book. Hello, Konrad.
Hello.
Yeah.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, great. Yesterday we have announced that Update is partnering with .NETOS, and we will be provided a collection of online courses. And you have created one course called .NET Memory Expert, which is on the same topic as the book. So maybe can you tell us if, for example, what is the difference between the book and the course? Is it the same content in two different formats, or does it make sense for people to buy both the book and the course?
It does. As you mentioned, it is the same content, almost the same content in two formats, but not really, because some time has passed after writing the book and creating the course, so it is more more up to date, I would say, but also it is definitely more practical. So, reading a book is pretty boring. You can easily go asleep, and that's what's happening when you have so big book. But the course is all about making it more interactive. So you have video, you have exercises. I'm doing some demos there, so it is definitely more, dynamic, definitely. And also there is a less of history, less of theory, more about how you should program, how does it work, but more graphics. There are colors. So those are the differences, and I would say they complement each other definitely, because after reading a book you can have this feeling that it is okay, you have had full of knowledge but not definitely sure how to apply it, and after attending the course you will have this feeling you know how to apply it, but maybe you may be lacking some theory, so then you can refer back to a book. So I believe they complement each other.
Mm-hmm. And how do the exercises work actually? Because I've never thought about that.
There is a script, so I'm giving some instructions, giving some code, some repositories to play, to diagnose, for example, or try to fix things. And there is also a solution that you can obviously look at immediately, but it doesn't make sense. So there is a script for what you should do, and there is a script also with solutions to have a reference what you should achieve, for example, because it needs to be like that. So you need to be strong enough to not look into the answers before you try to solve it on your own. But in general, it is like solving things, diagnosing things, and so on.
So it's really a hands-on experience. It's not just you are watching the videos and then
it's
like
not
falling asleep and that's it.
I could say let's read the chapter 2 from the book, but they are not such homeworks there.
I see. Okay. And about the book, you are right now preparing the second edition of the book. I see also Kevin there, who is participating on the book. Can you tell us more about the second edition?
Yes, writing the first edition was so much fun, so I decided to share this fun with more people. So I invited Kevin and Chris to do that, and we are now doing the second edition, updating it literally page after the page, looking for everything that should be updated. So it is grammar that has received not so good reviews, I would say. I'm not an English native speaker, so my grammar was not perfect. So we are updating, improving that part, improving some mistakes that there were, not so many, but they were, and obviously updating it for the knowledge with .NET 8 and 9 and 7 and 6, because something has changed, not so many, but in the end we have a lot of work, because we have also some ideas what should be presented, what we can add, but we are also removing things, because it was over 1,000 pages, so to note it 2,000 pages, we are removing some parts, and you can download them for free from a site which is about the book, because it won't be lost. It is just for example, a part about history has been removed, because it is nice, but it is not super relevant to have a history since the beginning of the IT industry. So it is now free, and we get some space for another stuff to put into the book. So in the end, it takes a lot of time. Kevin and Chris could probably agree with that, and the plan is to have this second edition in the middle of the next year. I hope it should be published. So the next year we should be here with the next edition showing it.
Of course, I'm
That's the
really looking forward to it. In 1 hour or something like that, you will be talking about one interesting feature to .NET, and it's ref variables. So can you
Yes.
tell us more about what, like a teaser for the audience who are maybe
Yes.
considering to attend your session?
If you ever written in C++ and you are missing it and you are missing pointers writing C#, then you have ref variables and manage pointers in C#. So everything's so advanced about memory management that you really want to control it and have kind of pointers in C#. It opens the rabbit hole of how you can do it in C#. It is super complex in the end. But also super interesting. So if you would like to listen about it a little bit, in 2 hours in the room D, I will be showing you how complex is it.
And can you mention some practical example where I might need it? I remember there was when I was younger, and I was trying to build some kind of games, and in 3D graphics you are working with matrices, which is a bunch of like floats. But the structures which represent the matrices were quite heavy, so like all parameters to functions were ref. So I guess it can be used in this scenario also, or am I completely in a wrong direction?
Game engines obviously everywhere where every millisecond, nanosecond even matters. So game engines for sure. If you are ever doing game engines, probably not, but yes, that's one of the use cases. Everywhere when you think in more data-oriented manner, there is a whole bunch of knowledge called data-oriented programming, which is not object-oriented, so the code should not look good. It should be fast in terms of memory access. So that's data-oriented programming in the end. The excuse to use pointers and other stuff, how to structure data to have efficient memory access. And this is happening in high-frequency trading, in game engines, everywhere in networking stack, and below, I mean, BCL is using it also because it's the thing that needs to be super fast because everyone is using it. And that's not something that you will start to use to model your business domain for sure. So if you have reference to any voice, that's not probably the good direction, but
I would really love to have a business with so many invoices that I would have to hold references for them instead of allocating a normal object.
Stack allocate invoices because you have so many allocations, right? That's probably not going to happen. So that's for more advanced scenarios, data-oriented stuff. But it is, I believe, interesting. I believe attending such conference gives us a chance to touch something that you will not touch in a regular job, just to broaden your perspective. So at least knowing that there is such a stuff is interesting, I believe.
I completely agree with that. So thank you very much for joining us here at Update Conference Prague 2023. And I can encourage everyone from the audience to come to Konrad's session because he has so many great things to share. And even if you'll not be using that right on Monday, it's very useful to know this stuff is in .NET, how it works, because someday you will meet some scenarios where you will really need it. So thanks again, and thanks. I hope that you enjoy the conference.
Thank you.